Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the GQ Jedi. If you're not already subscribed to me, blast that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any valuable Star Wars content. Today I am back with another video for you guys. We're going to be talking about MOCs, otherwise known as Mint on Card. Kenner used to package all of these lovely action figures on a blister card that you would see on the shelves of any toy store, like Toys R Us, or even patrolling the aisles of Target or a Venture or a Kmart. All of these figures were once hanging on a shelf, and today I'm going to show you my MOC collection. So let's check it out. Well, here it is, guys. Here is my small, humble collection of MOCs. These are my Mint on Card action figures. I only have 4 true Kenner Mint on Card action figures. This is a few of these I've picked up along the way, and very proud of these. And I think even though I only have 4 of these bad boys, they're very special to me, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, FX7, Dengar, and the Bespin security guard I got from a good buddy of mine, and these came from his childhood. These are all 3 of these were from his childhood, and I acquired them from him, and I'll never get rid of these 3. Even if I upgrade, these 3 will always stay in my collection simply because they were from a good friend of mine. My good buddy OG Jedi on Instagram, check him out. Jim, brother, you the man. These are 3 pieces I cherish. And they're pretty sweet because they're all unpunched. These figures have never seen a store peg. See that? Still have their punch tab. None of them have been punched, so these are what they call unpunched. And what makes them also extra special is, look at the sales price. The sales sticker is still on 2 of those. Love it, love it. Doesn't get any more classic, nostalgic than that. And again, that's partially why I'll never get rid of them. It's because they're all unpunched, and 2 of them have their stickers, and they're from a good buddy of mine. And that's kind of how I like to get things. I like there to be a special flavor behind it. I like to get some kind of story, a backstory. These have a personal touch, you know what I mean? I didn't just get these off of eBay or didn't win them in some auction. I got these from a good friend of mine, and so these were in his collection. He told me the story of how he got them, and he's just held on to them for years. And he loves collecting Star Wars, but he was nice enough to do a deal with me to get these, and he knows what a nutbag I am about Kenner Star Wars. So FX7, Dengar, and the Bespin security guard are all now in my collection and have been for some time now, and I couldn't be more jazzed to have these. And I just want to say thanks again, Jim. I know you're going to watch this video. Love you, brother. Thank you so much for parting ways with these 3. And what cool MOCs to get. I mean, FX7, that is an awesome figure. I mean, he's badass. Badass figure. Here he is loose. And it's super cool to have one that's mint on card. And check out that bubble. Very nice bubble. Gotta love it. Dengar, loose. Here he is in the card. You can tell this one has a little bit of overspray on it, which also is a little authentic piece of the Kenner history. Some of these figures are not, they're mint on card as they are entombed in their little plastic bubble, but they may not be minty mint because Kenner factory workers, got sloppy. Things happened. But these 3, like I said, they'll never leave my collection. And man, who doesn't love mint on card action figures? These 3 are just, well, they're extra special because they're Empire. I mean, Empire Strikes Back. One of them's a bounty hunter. I mean, who doesn't want a bounty hunter in their collection? Empire just happens to be my favorite movie of the trilogy. So for me, this is awesome to have any mint on card from the movies. I'd love to, I'd love to get some from all three films, but to start off the collection and getting Empire Strikes Back was just awesome for me. It's a nice way to kick off the MOC collection. And I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep going crazy balls out and get more MOCs as time goes on. The prices on these bad boys keep going up. But for now, these first three in the collection, which all came at once, really just like hit a home run for me in my little collector's like checkbox, dream thing. I am a loose collector, and I have all the figures loose. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to go crazy on getting MOCs or not, or if I was even going to bother with it. But Jim helped me kick off the whole scenario. He helped me get going. And so these three are just to hold a special place in my heart and in my collection, and makes me appreciate them because of things like them being unpunched and sticker pricing. It just kind of takes me back to being a kid and going to Toys R Us and seeing them on the shelves and buying them. Just a beautiful feeling through and through. And General Lando over here, oh man, this is one of my favorite figures as a kid. Had to have this one, so I actually bought this one on my own. I sought it out and found him, got a good one. The bubbles in pretty decent shape, and the extra cherry on the top is the Toys R Us price tag. I mean, Toys R Us was my jam. That was where I went and spent most of my time as a kid getting toys. It's all about that cape, guys. It's all about that cape for me. As I've said in other videos, General Lando is one of my favorite figures, so I had to get him. Not huge on the coins. I don't really care about the coins so much, but having him on card back was kind of a big thing for me. It was like, yeah, I need to get General Lando. I do love him, and that's the one Power of the Force mint on card figure I have. But yeah, guys, this is my small, humble MOC collection. Never really shown it off. Never really talked about it. I know some guys have a huge collection of MOCs and maybe don't even collect loose. To each their own. Everybody does their own thing. But I mean, yes, it's great to have these figures loose because you can display them. I like to put them in my scenes, as you guys have seen me do plenty of times. But something about having them on the card, just like they were when we were children, seeing them on the shelf again with that unpunched. Oh man, that's the cherry right there, baby. Just something about seeing them in the card back, untouched, untampered with. No human hands have touched them since Kenner entombed them decades ago. So awesome. So absolutely awesome. I really hope to get more of these. I'm not gonna lie, they grow on me. As soon as I got these first three, I was like, oh man, I need to get more. And then I got General Lando, and kind of been at a standstill. I've been trying to get other things in my collection, and I haven't really been focusing on boxed items, but might get back into that. Might start seeking out more. And I had to protect these things. These are all in Gonk Toys acrylics. Gonk Toys acrylics. That's how I protect these bad boys. And I do highly recommend these acrylic cases. Absolutely perfect for displaying them. Very sturdy, and they look beautiful. I mean, the cases really spank up the whole look of these things. These now look like museum pieces when you put them in an acrylic case like this. So if you guys are looking for something to protect your figures, go to gonktoys.com and go get yourself some acrylic cases. You will not be disappointed. And if we flip the card backs over, can see there's beautiful artwork on the back side. Each of these has a variance of action figures that they want to display in correlation to the time when these card backs came out. Like this one is a 41 back. It's got 41 of the figures that Kenner wanted to put out, and you got to see it was like a checklist. You know, people would check off the figures they had. You know, you knew what Kenner came out with, you knew what was coming out, and you could check off what you had and see what you didn't have. That's the cool thing about these card backs. And this one here is a 92. It's Power of the Force, so they all pretty much look like this. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not super knowledgeable. I can't tell you 41, you know, 41A. There's different letters also to these card backs. There's gonna be a 41A, 41B. I am still learning about the card backs and which are which, so I know there's gonna be people on here on the channel that will comment and tell everyone really what each of these card backs are. Like I said, there are people that collect them and are far knowledgeable than I. I'm a rookie, I'm a novice, Padawan, if you will, and I'm still learning, but that's the fun of it with Kenner. There's always something to learn, and because I only have a few of these, I don't have a lot to go off of. I can't, you know, I don't have a shelf of them to look off of and be like, okay, this one's this, I see the correlation, I see how these are similar. I just have these 4, so it's kind of a limited, skewed view of what's out there. But makes no difference to me. I'm still jazzed to have them and to learn about them. And as you can see, the artwork, you know, these are both Empire, these two for instance, but the figures are arranged differently, and the toys that Kenner wanted to offer and show are different. Yet these two are the same, identical, and then yet different, but still all 3 Empire Strikes Back. So as you can see, there's a lot to learn. There really is, you know, there's people that really know this stuff inside and out and are very, like I said, very knowledgeable. And I try to pay attention when I hear people speak on this topic. Maybe I can learn something. I'm by all no means an expert. I never claim to be. There's always something about Kenner to learn. That's what I've really picked up about it, is the deeper I go down the hole, the more I realize I don't know jack. There's so much to learn about vintage Kenner Star Wars toys. Like this Power of the Force card, this shows all of them. This shows all of the action figures in the line. You can see down at the bottom, the last row, the last 17. Minus Yak Face, of course. Yak Face was not released in the US. It was just not a figure that we got over here. So it was not on this card back, but he has been released on card back on a tri-logo card back, and I do believe just a regular straight Power of the Force, but again, wasn't released in the US, so this is not on my particular card back, this figure. Good old Yak Face. But and of course Kenner, man, with the coins, they really tried to market these coins and get all this youngsters into this shenanigans of collecting these, you know, these coins. I didn't really get into it. Even back then, I didn't really care about the coins. It was kind of like an ancillary thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me get to my figure. Let me get to Lando. That sexy pimp cape of his, you know. Again, just marketing, good old marketing. Kenner had to find ways to get us in the game and keep us in the game. But for me, it was always about the figure. Always about the figure. I didn't care about the coin. But again, on this particular card back, this is the whole jam, the whole spread minus Yak Face. And you could see every single figure. And so again, you could cross out, you could correlate the number to which figure. Number 4 is what? Warwick. So you could just mark them off. And luckily, nobody marked this one off. Nobody touched this card back. This is mint, baby. None of these are marked off. None of these have been tampered with. So I got lucky. Figure still attacked. No markings. And also on the back of these, there's the pop. That little blue and white circle. That is the pop. Back in the day, you used to cut those out and send those away to collect a special figure like maybe Anakin or maybe the Emperor. And so these are pop intact. These 3 all have, 4 I should say, all have their pop. So I just wanted to note that also, that there is a special feature about these card backs that Kenner used to try to get us to, cut these out, drop a couple, $1 or $2 for shipping, and get the next figure. It was a special figure. So it was, again, Kenner was very smart with their marketing and keep us all in the game. The only bummer about this one is this card back has been punched, so this one has seen the light of day. It has been taken out of the shipping box and stuck on a shelf. It has seen a peg, but its brethren have not, and so that's again why they're special. But just the same, still mint on card. You're going to find most of the card backs, most of the MOCs, they're going to be punched. It's just the way it is. But if you can find unpunched, by all means pick up that MOC. It's very cool. Like I said, there's plenty to get on card. I've got 4 figures here, kids. 4 figures that are carded. I've got a ton more to collect if I really wanted to. And because the other trippy part about this is Dengar and Bespin Guard and FX7, they came out in Empire Strikes Back, but guess what? They were also released on Return of the Jedi card backs. Every figure that Kenner put out, they put it in its corresponding movie. Like Farm Boy Luke, you could get him, you got him on the main card, on the Star Wars card, but then you could also get him on a Star Wars card. You instead of seeing, it would be a Farm Boy Luke in here with Empire Strikes Back logoing. I mean, Kenner, they made it possible for you to get every single figure. So if you missed it, you didn't get them in, you didn't get a Princess Leia or Darth Vader on traditional Star Wars card back. You could get them on Empire Strikes Back. You could get them on Return of the Jedi card back. You could get them on a Power of the Force card back. And unfortunately, I don't have examples in my collection because I only have these 4. But you could get every single figure. Kenner allowed us the opportunity to pick up that which we didn't have, that we might have missed back in the day. So as you can see, there's a ton of variations. To say that you have all the card backs is just, all the MOCs is pretty much impossible unless you're like a bazillionaire and you've been collecting for decades, because there are so many variations. But again, that's half the fun in this whole game. Collect them all, you know what I mean? Or die trying. Anyway, guys, I thought today you would like to check out my MOC collection, my humble MOC collection. And like I said, I always show you guys loose stuff, but I've never really showed you the mint on card experience here at the studio. So there they are, all 4 of my lovely gentlemen. FX7, Dengar, Bespin Security Guard, and my man, General Lando Calrissian. MOCs, beautiful pieces of Kenner history. Well, guys, you've seen my MOC collection. I do have a few I just wanted to prove that to you guys. I'm a big loose collector, but I do have a couple MOCs in the old collection here in the studio, and I just wanted to show those to you guys, and hopefully maybe you saw something you've never seen, and maybe you learned something. Like I said, I'm not a big knowledgeable MOC guy, but I share with you what I do know. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give the like button the old thumbs up to support the channel, and if you've not done so, blast that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any valuable Star Wars content. And remember, collect or collect not, there is no try.